on stage. I think we're ready. So good evening if you're in the UK and Europe, and still morning in the US, I think. So today we're going to talk about driving revenue and relationships, how AI is redefining sales and customer experience. And we're going to discover, hopefully, how AI transforms travel sales and service with smarter targeting, faster support, and a balance of automation, and of course, the all-important thing, human connection. So I think I'll let our panel introduce themselves very quickly, and then we'll get it straight into questions. So Ben, far away.
Yes. Hi, everyone. I'm Ben Manzi. I'm a co-founder and chief commercial officer at Maya, where we build AI agents that help travel companies sell faster, serve smarter, and stay connected with their traveler 24/7. So I'm very thrilled to share a few examples during this session with you, and happy to be there.
Pablo?
Hi, I'm Pablo Gomez. I'm the CEO of Holafly, or Holafly, however you want to call it. We keep you connected when you're out of your home country, so you can avoid roaming fees and so on. And more important, you can stay connected to the persons that are relevant to you and to your business. That's what we do.
Noreen.
Great, thanks, John. So I'm Noreen Henry. I'm the Chief Revenue Officer at Sojern. We have an AI-powered travel marketing platform that helps thousands of hotels and destinations reach, convert, and retain travelers across the globe. Now, we like to think of AI as helping us scale, turning every interaction from discovery to checkout into moments that feel more like one-to-one versus one-to-many. And so I look forward to the conversation today.
Great. Well, thank you for introducing yourselves. And I'm going to start with Ben, straight into a question. So AI is often credited with transforming efficiency. And over the last couple of days, we've seen that, efficiency is probably the main focus, I would suggest. But it also should move the needle on revenue and customer lifetime value. Have you experienced that, and where have you seen it actually move that needle?
Yes. What's interesting is that AI in travel has finally moved from efficiency to revenue. That's what we see at Maya, that the real commercial impact happens at the moment AI stop acting like a real chatbot and start behaving like a sales assistant with a quota, I would say. And to give you a concrete example from one of our OTA clients, once AI began qualifying traveler in a natural language, asking things like, are you looking for a romantic escape or a family trip, for example? A conversion just bumped by 27% within the first month, because instead of surfing through 20 pages, so the traveler, the people on the website, get the right trip under 90 seconds. So it's very impactful, I would say. And beyond the conversion, we're seeing a huge lift also in sales efficiency, because now the agent receive leads that are already a step ahead in the funnel, right? And they're already scored and they're already context rich, meaning that they spend 40% less time chasing cold prospects and 30% more time closing warm ones. So yes, I would say that AI saves time, but the real magic is that it creates times also, because it turns every conversation into, I would say, a potential sale, and every agent into a closer. So one of our clients said that it's like having an extra salesperson who never sleep and never complains about Mondays, and that's what AI stop being a cost saver and become, of course, a growth engine more.
Good. Some impressive numbers there. Yeah. Pablo, I know Holafly has used AI to assist with customer experience. Can you give me an example of where this has been most impactful for you?
Sure. I like that growth engine that Ben was mentioning at the end of his question. We are using automation and more intensely in the last few months, AI on supporting our customers. Basically, we believe that AI is helping us a lot today on efficiency matters, but for the nature of our business, when you're out of your country and you feel disconnected, the stress that you're feeling is quite high. So at that time is when we feel that empathy, humans, and problem solving from people is really the difference that is making. So it's about, we were speaking about this before the table, but it's about how do you leverage AI and human touch, and how you hand over things on repetitive tasks that can be done, like it can be any refund or anything. For the nature of our business, for example, 1 out of each travelers, they have problems or struggle when setting up their eSIM on the device. So it's quite high, the number of people that can actually be helped with AI. And at the same time, when they have specific problems with a network in a specific country, might be Middle East or some Asian country where connection is not that great, is when a human touch and the things that a human can do to actually switch from one network to the other or something like that, is when our customers really appreciate it and it makes a difference.
How do you know when to switch from the AI to the human?
Yeah, that's the question today, I think. And technology is evolving so fast that what is valid today, it might not be good enough in a month. And that's
Sure.
I think that's one of the main takeaways that we're taking in this last few months. That is that some things that we thought were not good enough a year ago or 6 months ago, AI is solving them correctly today. That's a great question. Is how do you serve, and how do you use sentiment analysis also to feel when a customer is starting to get frustrated or that AI is not solving all the needs that it should?
Yeah. Or give them the option to speak to somebody,
Well, yeah, sure. That's always the option. But
have a click on
in the
there or
ideal
something.
world, that should not be necessary. So, we should depend on technology when the moment comes to do that. Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to move on to what I've termed human plus machine. So Noreen, I'll start you on this one. How do you strike the right balance between AI automation and the human touch in sales and customer service, especially when personal relationships are still so critical in travel?
Right. So I love this question, John. So thank you for asking me that.
Good.
At Sojern, we like to think of AI as handling the predictable so that people can deliver the exceptional. Like, you got to find that right balance between the two. So we have a product called AI Concierge, which is used by hotels to interact with their guests during their stay. And it handles over 500 of the most common guest questions. So you can quickly get an answer to, some of the mundane questions like, early check-in or restaurant reservations. From an efficiency perspective, now it really helps the front desk. So they are reducing the calls to the front desk by about 65%. But what it really does is it gives back time to that staff so that they can really interact with clients on the meaningful engagement. So on questions that really matter, where they want to talk to the concierge about things that are much more rich and deep, and activities that they might want to do, and really understand how to personalize it. So it's that combination of handling things quickly for guests that don't require a lot of thought, and really letting the front desk handle things that are more important.
And how does AI anticipate traveler needs then, while still keeping interactions human-centered and meaningful and not just automated?
Right. So part of it is, we work with the hotels and their front desks when we're building the questions that are getting answered. So they know firsthand what questions are typical, and so that we can, again, answer those quickly, so that the things that are more important, the agents can handle directly.
Okay, cool. Some good numbers there as well. Impressive. Pablo, any thoughts on this?
I absolutely. In my case, I absolutely love that, Noreen, that handle the predictable, so humans can deliver the exceptional. I love that. That's exactly the approach that we're taking in our case, and it's actually how can we free up our agents so they can deliver the important things, and actually the low value service that can be provided by AI, have it served by that. So that's exactly how we are approaching the issue.
Cool. I'm going to move on because I have a few questions I'd love to hear your thoughts on. So Ben, I'll come back to you. Has AI changed how you define or measure the sales funnel? For example, through conversational commerce, lead scoring, or dynamic pricing?
Yes, completely. I think the traditional funnel that everybody knows, which is awareness, interest, and then consideration, decision, doesn't really exist anymore today in the travel industry. Today, everything happens inside a single conversation, right? So there is imagine a traveler landing on a website and from ChatGPT, for example, and types what's the best family destination for August under $2,000. That's instantly both discovery and qualification, right? So from the first message, the AI detects the intent, the budget, the travel style, and guide directly the traveler to the right products in under the 2 minutes. So I mean, for us, the funnel has become a full loop with every interaction feed data back into the system that make the next one smarter than the previous one. So we no longer today we no longer measure the lead generated. We measure the intent strength. We measure the conversation depth. We measure also the conversion per person, and those are the real new KPIs made by AI, I would say. And we call it at Maya the chat to checkout. It's not a pipeline of steps, but it's more a continuous dialogue where AI does the qualifying, the scoring, and the nurturing into the real time, right? So the future of sales is not about, I think, not about moving people through a funnel anymore. It's about staying in the conversion, in the conversation until they're ready to buy, right? So that's a bit how I see the new sales funnel, right?
Yeah. Okay. Good. Interesting. Pablo, how are you sort of measuring sales with your with Holafly and the eSIMs? Are you using traditional means, or are you moving forward with what Ben was talking about?
We are doing traditional since we are quite a young company, but at the same time we're incorporating, and that's one of the things that is more interesting, that we were not doing anything on this front a year ago, and you were mentioning some figures on before, but we are handling a lot of our basic sales through AI, and it's working really, really beyond our expectations.
Great. Sounds good. Yes,
Noreen,
jump in. Yeah, absolutely.
I can build on that a little bit because I'm completely aligned with Ben on this loop. It's not linear anymore. Like, it is constantly evolving. Sure. So at Sojern, we are analyzing all of these different signals. So like every click, every booking, every scroll, every thing that they type in is feeding you more information. And that, that feeds our algorithms so that we understand where somebody is in the funnel, where they're likely to, go for destinations, when they're likely to book. And all of that is used to optimize our bidding. It optimizes the campaigns. It changes the messaging that we put in the ads. It changes the images and the creative, so that you're constantly optimizing and using this to get smarter and be able to connect with that user and have a more personalized experience throughout the entire funnel. So I completely agree that funnel is continuously evolving. Yeah.
And does that happen automatically in the background, or are you inputting into that? How does that work?
Yeah. So it's a whole AI platform that's analyzing billions of intent signals through every day. Sure. And so it's constantly, right now we use this to manage about 30,000 campaigns a day. Right. And so it is using all of this AI intelligence to be able to power that.
Amazing. And, moving on with trust and transparency, customers are becoming more aware of how their data is used. We all are aware of it now. How do you maintain trust while deploying AI? that personalizes offers, automates interactions, things like that.
You want me to tackle that one first?
Yeah, go for it.
All right, sure. So transparency and data use, it's essential. So you have to build that trust with your audience on this. And so we work with hundreds of different data partners, but all of the data that we're capturing, these travel intent signals, it's really governed by GDPR and CCPA and making sure that we're compliant. Consumers have to agree in order for you to be able to track the information that they've gotten. Even when they do agree and give consent, that you can have a cookie monitor what they're doing, we still aggregate all the information. So it's not personalized. I don't know who you are. I just know generally that you're interested in shopping for a particular location. And so you have to protect the privacy of their data and make sure that you are not abusing it in any way. And you have to keep up with all the laws because they're changing on a regular basis.
Of course.
So you have to make sure that you stay compliant.
Cool. And Ben, what are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, totally aligned with Noreen. I mean, that's I think one of the most important topics. Also mentioning the GDPR. As a company based in Europe, it's very important for us. But yeah, completely aligned and agree with Noreen.
Do you think the GDPR is going to change with AI?
It might. So it's I think it might. So we might have some surprise, right? But I wouldn't say no to this question.
Yeah. Let's hope so.
The future will tell us.
Any marketers would hope so, I think. Right, we've got 3 minutes left, and I want to look into the future. So let's ask the question. Anyone can answer. Would you say the biggest opportunities lie in technology or in using AI to enhance human connection and empathy across the customer journey? Is there anything you're seeing on the horizon that perhaps is just emerging that others might not be paying attention to right now?
I think your obvious one is, travel are shifting how they're searching. They're not searching anymore. They're asking questions. They're engaging. And AI, it's changing how people shop. And these, whether it's ChatGPT or Gemini, they're becoming the new front door for the internet. And so we're going to see a ton of change that's coming as a result of that, which I think is super exciting, particularly from a travel marketing perspective, on how you engage those users and help drive them to your site.
SEO will go out the window, maybe.
Yes, it will.
Pablo, your thoughts on Future-Fi, if you like.
Oh, SEO is going down the window. It's gone already. So that's one of the things that is quite interesting. On our case, beyond selling, we're doing a lot of things on that front and changing how people are searching and how we appreciate what they say. Purchasing experience is going to be embedded already in AI. So there's a lot of things coming in. Technology is a huge driver. In our case, though, we think that enhancing human connection using technology is the main take. That's what the thing is, that technology is moving so fast, and Noreen, you were talking about it, that really to keep up to date, it's a month's game. It's not even a year's game anymore. So you got to keep testing, you got to keep trying, and how are you able to enhance human experience with technology? And technology is changing it all. So that's what we're doing.
I suggest with so many tools on the market, it's probably weeks, not months. Nano banana suddenly comes out the woodwork, and Ben, over to you.
Yes, I mean the tech will keep evolving fast, of course, but I think the winners will be those who combine automation and empathy in every step of the journey, right? So the future it's not about replacing people, of course. It's about creating more systems that act when like human, I would say. So yeah,
enhancing people rather than replacing, which you say. Okay, well, I think our time is almost up. I want to say many thanks to Dan and the Travel Trends team for a really insightful conference. Great demos yesterday and a good conference today. So thanks very much. And thanks for joining the panel, guys.
Great. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you so
I
much,
think
John.
we're end. Pleasure.